Hi, I'm Andrea, a youth service librarian with Everett Public Library. You know, there are two things that I love, summer and reading. And my favorite thing about summer is summer reading. Did you know that if you don't read over the summer, your brain can actually start forgetting how to read? It's like all of the vocabulary and reading skills that you've been working on slowly empty out of your brain. But the good news is if you read over the summer, you can actually build on those skills and keep them safe inside your brain. Here at Everett Public Library, we want you to keep your brain fresh. So we challenge you to read for 24 hours over the summer. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but it only breaks down to 23 minutes a day if you read every day in July and August. That's it, 23 minutes a day. So, how does it work? First, you choose how you want to track your reading. You can choose to do one, or you can do both. Option 1, come to Everett Public Library, pick up a reading log, and track your minutes using that reading log. Or you can go with option 2, sign up for summer reading on our awesome new Reading Challenge website or mobile app, Beanstacks. It's easy to register. You go to epls.org/Beanstack or download the app on the mobile device. It takes just a few minutes and then you can track your reading online. Find out the details about Beanstack registration at epls.org/summer. You can pick up your reading log or sign up on Beanstack starting June 1st, but only the minutes that are read once school is out count towards your 24-hour goal. It is summer reading after all. Now don't forget, listening to reading counts too, and you can read anywhere. Next, finish your 24 hours of reading by August 31st. Once you've read your total of 24 hours, you're ready to request your free prize book. Prizes will be available starting July 1st. That's it. Visit epls.org/summer if you have any questions. But don't go quite yet. We're just getting to the good part of summer reading, the books. We're going to share a few of our favorites to give you some ideas of fun books to check out this summer. See you this summer.
Hi, my name is Eileen, and I'm another librarian at the Everett Public Library. I want to share with you some nonfiction books in our collection. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered who else sees these stars? The book Where Stars Are Scattered is a graphic memoir about refugee Omar Mohamed and his journey across Somalia and into Kenya. It traces his journey as an older brother trying to protect his younger brother, and as he strives to seek opportunities and about the family that come in unlikely places. I classify it as nonfiction, even though there are two fictional characters, because the heart of the story is true and are most of the facts. This is a fantastic graphic novel by the author of Roller Girl, Victoria Jameison, told in vibrant color, humor, and emotion.
Mike Wallace is a professional wrestler and author of the book Bump. There could not be a better guide for this story. He is the former professional wrestler, but he is also a screenwriter, a podcaster, and a Hugo Award-winning author. Now, he's always been a writer. In fact, he was writing before he loved professional wrestling. But he says he loves writing and wrestling for the same reason, because they both tell a story. Now, for the book Bump, have you ever felt like you're participating in something for the benefit of somebody else? Not to follow your own passion, but to do something, and you don't really feel like you belong? MJ was in gymnastics, probably for those reasons, and she finally quit. The kids on her gymnastics team, they actually were bullies, and the bullying doesn't get any better. Now, bruises that you get from gymnastics, those heal. But there are bigger hurts in life, like the fact that her dad's no longer in her life. Her mom has to work 2 jobs and she isn't able to lean into her like she used to. or the fact that she doesn't have really good friends at school. These are the hurts that take a lot longer to deal with. Now, there is one thing that MJ absolutely loves, and that is the world of professional wrestling. She especially idolizes the luchadores and the stories they tell in the ring. MJ finds out that her next-door neighbor is the owner of a wrestling school. It is her mission to join that school and become a wrestler. She finds herself immersed in a sport that she absolutely loves and a coach that pushes her hard, and she loves it. But trouble lies ahead. In Bump, MJ has to find strength and courage to battle her own demons while getting to the bottom of some shady business and save the school and her wrestling family. Bump by Matt Wallace. Come check it out from Everett Public Library. In July of 1916, there were a small group of people who were swimming in a creek about 16 miles away from the Atlantic Ocean, when suddenly they were attacked by a shark. An 11-year-old boy and a 24-year-old man were both killed, and a 12-year-old boy was bitten in the leg, but he survived. At the time, people didn't even believe that sharks attacked people, and you weren't supposed to find sharks in a creek. This story is told in the graphic novel I Survived the Shark Attacks of 1916 by Lauren Tarshis. The story is based on the real-life events of the Jersey Shore shark attacks of 1916. In the back of the book, there's a whole bunch of facts about sharks too. Did you know that humans kill over 100 million sharks a year? Most of the time for their fins, which is a key ingredient in shark fin soup. And many shark species are endangered, like the great white shark. You can find this and the interesting story, true story, in the graphic novel I Survived the Shark Attacks of 1916 by Lauren Tarshis.
Our summer reading theme is Tales for Tales, which is why I'm telling you about so many animal books. This next one is called Wild Sea Otter Rescue, and it is the cutest book. If you like adorable creatures, this book is for you. The photographs of the baby sea otters, of the sea otter pups, are amazing. It tells you about how scientists rescue and rehabilitate or teach baby sea otters how to be adult sea otters. Some of them are rehabilitated simply to live in aquariums, but others are rehabilitated and released to the wild. Did I tell you that the best thing about the book is the adorable pictures of baby sea otters?
This just in. 3 adorable house cats are reporting the most hilarious breaking news. Breaking Cat News by Georgia Dunn is a collection of comics based on the author's real-life cats, Elvis, Lupin, and Puck. They are the reporters of the Cat Network, otherwise known as CN, and they provide the most up-to-date, relevant news. Well, according to these cats anyway. They cover important subjects like the appearance of the mysterious red dot, or the strange cat outside the window. And they ask the hard questions like, why the food bowl remains empty. Breaking Cat News by Georgia Dunn is a quick and fun read, especially for cat lovers. Becoming Muhammad Ali by James Patterson and Kwame Alexander is a historical fiction biography of Muhammad Ali before the age of 17. This book was written with the full cooperation and authorization by the Muhammad Ali estate. Now, Kwame Alexander is a poet, an educator, and a New York Times bestseller of over 30 books. He believes that poetry can change the world, and he uses it to inspire and empower young people. When Kwame was about 10 or 11 years old, he found a copy of The Greatest, Muhammad Ali's autobiography. He could not put down this 400-plus page book. Ever since then, his admiration for Muhammad Ali has only grown. For this book, he interviewed friends, people who lived in his neighborhood, and even family. James Patterson is the other writer for this book, and his career is characterized by a single mission: to prove to children, to everyone, from children to adults, that there is no such thing as someone who doesn't like to read. Only people who have not found the right book yet. This book is written in prose and verse. The young Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, his voice is written by Kwame Alexander and is written in verse, so lines, groups of lines, stanzas, poetry, which is absolutely perfect for the voice of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was a poet. James Patterson wrote the voice of Ali's best friend, Lucky, and his voice is written in prose, so sentences combine to make paragraphs. James Patterson and Kwame Alexander join to write about Muhammad Ali's life, and it includes childhood friendships, his struggles in school, the racism that he faced, and even his part in the civil rights movement. We learn how he began training for boxing at the age of 12 years old, and he won soon after his first Golden Glove bout and began his transformation into the unrivaled Muhammad Ali. Becoming Muhammad Ali by James Patterson and Kwame Alexander.
Do you like reading about disgusting things? I do. Don't tell anyone, but this is one of my favorite books this year. It's called Gross as a Snot Otter, The World's Most Disgusting Animals, and it's by Jess Keating and David DeGrand. This book has awesome pictures of disgusting creatures, like a snot otter. These disgusting creatures create so much goop and slime that their predator enemies can't hold on to them. Ugh. Another disgusting creature that you might see because it lives right outside of Everett, in the water in the Puget Sound, is called a hagfish. Now the hagfish live in deep water, which is very good because if you get close to them, they secrete a goop that makes it impossible to breathe. So they don't have many enemies or many friends anymore. The next disgusting creature you might actually be able to compete with. They're called herring, and the disgusting thing about them is that they communicate in toots. Yes, they talk in toots. Scientists call these toots fast repetitive ticks, or FERTs for short. Can you imagine being in a classroom with herring? That's all I'm going to tell you about that book. Thank you for watching our book talks, and don't forget to stop by Beanstack and the Everett Public Library to sign up for summer reading. See you later!